We are very privileged today to speak to you from the Mossel Bay Municipality Multimedia Studio with some of our colleagues from the Community Services Directorate. And first in studio is Azaria Ahrends from the office that deals with gender, the elderly and disabled. Azaria, welcome, and give us a short summary of the work that your unit does.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Cornelle. So our unit works directly with the community to offer support where it's needed the most. We focus a lot on addressing GBVF, which includes supporting the survivors, creating awareness, and also to make sure that people know where to go to for help. We also run programs for our older persons and persons with disabilities to help them to stay active, informed, and connected to services. Another area we focus on is supporting the parolees as they reintegrate back into society through encouraging rehabilitation and a sense of belonging in the community. But most important, we're all about educating, preventing issues before they escalate, and bringing our communities together to create a safer, healthier space for everyone.
Can you just, for our listeners that don't know, just explain GBVF so that they know what we are talking about?
So GBVS is gender-based violence and femicide. It's anything domestic-related abuse, sexual abuse, physical, financial, emotion. It's a wide range of abuse. It's not just physical abuse.
Thank you for the elaboration, because I think it's important that people must know that abuse is actually very multifaceted. It's not just one thing. Specifically with regards to the multi-sectoral forum, what is the function of this forum and who are the stakeholders that are involved?
Okay. So the multi-sectoral forum is about bringing everyone to the table from different departments, organizations and community leaders so that we all can work together on our big social issues which are affecting our communities. Things like gender-based violence and femicide, support for children, the elderly, people with disabilities, and even public health challenges. So instead of everyone doing their own thing in isolation, the forum helps us to coordinate our efforts together. We meet quarterly, and our next meeting will be on the 7th of May 2025. And it's a chance where we not only plan our programs, but we also make sure that everyone understands their roles, responsibilities, and how we can support each other. So to name a few of our stakeholders who are part of this forum, we have different government departments such as Social Development, Department of Health, Education, the police and local civil organizations, our faith-based organizations and NPOs. So everyone brings something valuable, whether it's delivering services, running education campaigns, or making sure that the vulnerable groups aren't left behind. But what really makes this forum special is that it is grounded in real people's experiences, and we are actively trying to build programs which are inclusive, practical, and which will truly make a difference in the community.
Sounds like a wonderful initiative. Now, you presented Mossel Bay's contribution towards the 100-day challenge to end gender-based violence and femicide recently in Johannesburg. Tell us a little bit more about that and what were the highlights of your participation?
So it was really an honor for us to represent Mossel Bay, and where we were able to share the work we have been doing for the 100-day challenge, which we were part of in 2023-2024. But our focus was on showing the human side of our approach. So we spoke about our programs and how the impact that it made in the community. So it was not just about our services, but it's how we deliver them and with empathy which we delivered them. But one of the biggest highlights was the response we received from the Minister of Women, Children and Persons with Disability, Honorable Sindisiwe Chikunga. She really connected with what we shared and was especially interested in how community involvement shapes our work. She even mentioned that our approach should be presented in Parliament, which was a huge moment for us. She also loved our referral pathway fridge magnet. Now, this is a fridge magnet which has all the important support contact numbers of our different organizations, the police, NPOs, civil organization. So it was something so simple, but it's a powerful tool in helping people access support quickly. She even spoke about using it as a national resource, which was amazing to hear. And that kind of recognition reminded us that even small local efforts can make a big difference, and that when you lead with care and purpose, people notice.
That's amazing and wonderful to think that something like that originated in a small town on the southern coast of the Western Cape. It's wonderful to hear your passion for your work. Can you perhaps tell us about the work that you do with the elderly? I know from previously a highlight for me during the year is the Golden Games. Tell us what we can expect.
So the elderly is a very unique, special group that we work with. And when we work with the elderly, it's not only about physical activities that we do with them. It's about making sure that they feel supported and empowered in all areas of their lives. We partner mainly with the Department of Social Development to give them the right information and resources so that they can live a healthier and more fulfilling life. One of the highlights each year for us is the Golden Games. This year it's happening on the 22nd of May at the Dalmeda Sports Field. It's an awesome day where our seniors get to stay active, they have fun and enjoy some friendly competition. And if we think rugby people teams are competitive, you need to see the elderly. But we try to make sure that the games are inclusive and the activities are able that all those who aren't mobile, that they can also participate. At the same time, though, we can't ignore the tough stuff some of our elderly face, like financial abuse. Many older people are taken advantage by their own kids or grandkids, especially around their SASSA payouts. It's something that happens too often. That's why we also work to educate them about their rights, help them report abuse, and make sure that they know where to turn to for help. So while the Golden Games are a fun celebration, they're also part of a bigger effort to make sure that our elderly are safe, respected, and that they always feel still part of the community.
Azaria, it's very interesting what you do and seems very diverse and heart-wrenching and very satisfying at the same time. Please just give us your contact details if anybody wants to contact your unit and offer any support.
So they can contact the switchboard at 044 606 5000 and then just ask for Azaria Ahrends, myself, or Alma Kap for the gender office, or they can send us an email at aahrends@mosselsbay.gov.za.
Thank you so much, Azaria. It was really a privilege to chat to you today and good luck with all your valuable work.
Thank you, Cornelle.
So I'm privileged to speak to Cleo Appels from the Early Childhood Development and Special Projects Department. Welcome to the studio and tell us about your department.
Good day, everyone. Thank you, Cornelle, for the warm welcome. So my department is responsible for various ECD centers in the Greater Mossel Bay area, where we do programs for the ECD centers, such as awareness programs, sports days. We do food gardens. We also have EPWP workers who works at these various ECD centers. Also, we have a toy librarian who goes out to these ECD centers, where she do puppet shows once a week. She tells stories to the kids and also build Lego blocks, which is quite fun. Also, our responsibility is building maintenance at these ECD centers, where we, for example, we cut the grass, we fix the leaks in the roofs, and that's basically our responsibility.
It actually sounds like a lot of work, but it must be very satisfying, especially these sports days that you do with the youngsters and the fact that you play with them, the toy librarian's work. Where is the toy librarian based?
She is based in the Tusong Center.
So that sounds like a lot of fun. What other programs do you do?
So our other programs is the special programs. Our office is ECD and special programs, such as disaster management, for example. When there's a fire or a flood happening in all of the Greater Mossel Bay area, the fire department would send us an email with the details of the affected people, where our responsibility and our role is to assist the people with food parcels, clothing, and also accommodation where available, like a community or, for example, a village broke down because of a fire. So we assist where we can.
So if I understand you correctly, are you then reliant on donations? Can people donate food or clothing to your unit? to
Yes.
hand out to people in disaster situations?
Yeah, anyone is welcome to donate food parcels, clothing.
And how can your unit be contacted?
They can contact me at Azaria Appels at 𝐿vodia.gov.za or Lucinda, my coordinator, at 𝐿Piet@moselbay.gov.za.
Thank you, Cleo. I think you do a wonderful job, and we hope that a lot of people will, after listening to this, decide to donate and support.
Thank you for having me, Cornelle.
So we continue our discussion with the Directorate Community Services, and we are now privileged to speak to Elvodia Gabriels from the Rural Development Department. Welcome to the studio, Elvodia. Do you perhaps want to give us an overview of rural development and the purpose of the Rural Development Office?
Good afternoon, Cornelle. Thank you for having me. Rural areas are defined as sparsely populated areas in which people farm or depend on natural resources, including villages and small towns that are dispersed throughout these areas. Rural living refers to a way of life, a state of mind, and a culture which revolves around land, livestock, cropping, use of natural resources, and community. The purpose of our office is improving livelihoods of communities, assist and support land reform projects, increase opportunities for growth and development, create an enabling environment that will facilitate socio-economic development, assistance and support to equip communities with skills in the forming of sustainable partnerships to unlock opportunities. Our methodology consists of facilitation, coordination, development, enabling, implementation, and sustainable partnerships. Our outcomes are social cohesion, capacity building, land ownership, skills development, awareness initiatives, and economic initiatives.
Elvodia, yeah, I guess when we live in town, we sometimes forget that there's quite a big rural area surrounding Mossel Bay. Could you just perhaps quickly tell our listeners which areas are the areas that you work in, just to make us aware of the rural component around Mossel Bay?
You are quite right, Cornelle. It is a large area that we have to cover. We have 11 rural nodes, which consist of Abbotsdale, Buysplaas, Vleesbaai, Ruiterbos, Brandwag, Sonskynvallei, Toekoms, Greatbreek River, Vremersheim, and Jonkersberg.
I bet there's a lot of people listening right now that did not know that almost like I didn't know that there were so many various areas that you have to focus on.
Area, yes.
So can you perhaps give me an example of the type of projects that you work on?
Right now, Cornelle, we are working on a project that we are very, very excited about. In collaboration with various stakeholders, a clinic is being built in Ruiterbos. Yeah, so this will enhance the service delivery in Ruiterbos and obviously the quality of people's lives. The foundation and steelwork has been completed. Yes, we are so excited about that. And now we're just waiting for the building to stand.
Elvodia, I'm sure it also helps you a lot when people reach out to you and partner with your department to bring service delivery to rural areas, since funding is always an issue.
You know.
Can you please tell us how we can get a hold of your unit if people want to partner with you or want to know more about possible projects or suggest projects?
Cornelle, they can contact us on 044 606 5000. They can ask for Sedgemore Roders or Elvodia Gabriels. Then email address egabriels@mosselbay.gov.za, sroders@mosselbay.gov.za.
Elvodia, I love the farm life myself, so I think one day I should shadow with your unit and go visit some of our rural residents and citizens. As you say, rural living is a way of life.
It is definitely a way of life, Cornelle. En daar is nog mense plat op die grond. Hulle leef so naby in die aarde. Lieflike mense om te leer ken.
Elvodia, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate your time, and it was lovely talking to you and hearing about your projects and the work that you do.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Cornelle.